Alright. Let's go. Margarete a ton. It's a terminato. Let's do this. No, I'm not gonna do my Mario voice the entire time. Oh, wait. No, I was continuing. Don't be dumb. Alright, last time. We learned a lot of things. And now. And then we got attacked by a dog. And now we're going to be figuring out what this freaking deduction is. Jumping right into the deduction. No, I will not do the injured Runescape voice for this. Firstly, we consider the German's nationality. Clearly, he's a German with no grasp of the English language. As evidenced by the Germanic song he sings and his apparent inability to understand it when asked to desist. So why is this man here at all, in such apparently high spirits? Yes, of course, Iris is clearly known to you. Indeed, we need only follow the gaze of those bright young eyes to unravel the particular part of the mystery. The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the herbal tea. You obviously offered our German guest a cup of your latest herbal blend. The tea's delectable flavor has made the man's spirit soar. It resulted in a joyful ditty tumbling incessantly from his lips. I eagerly await sampling the flavor myself, that I may join the fellow in a state of elation. Now to the next question. Who exactly is this gentleman availing himself so thoroughly of the city? As it happens, a number of years ago now, a certain gentleman of German origin engaged my services in solving a particularly delicate case. It required the retrieval of letters once sent to an acquaintance that he might have proved problematic. In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived in my office in a mask. The gentleman's name was Wilhelm Guthrie Sigismund von Ormstein. Something like that. The King of Germany. What? The King? If my memory serves, the mask worn by this gentleman is identical. Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to the King of Germany. No. It would appear that His Majesty remembers the fine service I afforded him, and has decided to show his face again, mask and all, in order to express his gratitude. A well-mannered monarch indeed. Won't you agree, my dear fellow? No. So the identity of this masked visitor is in fact my former client, the King of Germany. Indeed, his son is currently in London as well, enjoying the wonders of the Greek exhibition. Wait, is this son the guy we actually talked to earlier in court? Jesus was remaining imponderable. Imponderable. Yes, you, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable science is unable to hide the truth. Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that knapsack. A £5 note, I believe. I must say, as your compatriot, I am deeply saddened. It appeared that you have allowed yourself to be bribed into silence by His Royal Highness, earning yourself some spending money in exchange for his keeping quiet about the King's secret. And now the final piece of the puzzle. What is the secret you strive to hide with your silence, Iris? Ah yes, we need only follow that brief involuntary twitch of your eyes to find the answer. You're attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. My favorite coffee cup, in fact. Or should I say, the handle of my favorite coffee cup. It appears that his high-spirited highness broke it in the midst of his hijinks. Why is hijinks 2 words? Which leads us to the sad truth. My favorite coffee coffee cup has been broken by the King of Germany, and you, Iris, tried to conceal it from me. I shall have a bill sent via governmental channels to the German royal family for its replacement. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this painful puzzle.
Mit dem Schwarzbiergebot bodend Wien Feuerberg
With your size as well, the fellow's jovial warbling rather rings in the ears, does it not? Ha! Mr. Sholmes, I must say something does rather trouble me. Pray, Mrs. Sonic, do tell. His Royal Highness doesn't appear to have moved a muscle since we arrived. Ah, and you haven't said a word either, Iris. If Mr. Sholmes has it all right, you might as well might as well own up to it now. Well, there is a broken coffee cup on the ground, or a kettle or something. Your reasoning is entirely without substance, I must admit. And one other thing, Mr. Sholmes. You had another grievance, Mr. Naruto. Surely not. Well, I actually read the story of that case recently, the one you were just describing. And according to that, at least, it wasn't the King of Germany. It was the King of Bohemia. Oops. Goodness, was it? Yes, that's quite true. Master Gotz, the prince, testified to that in court. In his words, I've come to see the great exhibition, all the way from my home in Bohemia. Oh, you talk about the little kid. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, I would ask you to keep that minor error to yourselves. It could easily become quite a scandal. I believe, Mr. Naruto, that it's our turn to make some corrections to a number of minor errors that may have slipped in. Yes, even Mr. Sholmes is willing to admit he might be slightly wide of the mark this time. Although it's clear that Iris is definitely hiding something. We need to find out the truth behind this mysterious scene. And one thing is incontrovertible. My favorite coffee cup is no more. So, shall we embark and Gid? On our joint presentation of Sherlock Holmes' logic and reasoning spectacular? I want to get to the actual court case, please. Please make this brief. I still think that looks exactly like Mikotoba though. So I'm pretty sure it's Mikotoba. The tea. So what? It's some mix of herbs that gives you the urge to sing? Goodness, I should like to try some. And I'd like to hear you singing. But this man, just how long does he intend to keep up with that tune, do you suppose? As I said, he's been stock still the entire time. And if you look closely, his lips aren't moving either. Yes. Wait, why did I just now notice that? What, or Ryunosuke, I mean. I'm not sure what's actually responsible for the spirit of singing, but I suspect the answer lies at the end of the Iris gaze. Alright, where's this radio? Or I guess gramophone that works too.
Take that!
The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the gramophone. Indeed, for no well-bred gentleman would break into an obscure folk song when making a social call. In other words, this gentleman isn't singing at all. In fact, it would appear that the fellow is unconscious. He's sleeping. Ah, the music seems to have stopped now. Hi, Smith. Yes. Why would I purchase a recording of that gibberish? How should I know? Well, never mind. On with the deduction. Back to this. Yeah, blah blah blah. You didn't meet the German. You met someone Bohemian. Although we've already established that it wasn't actually the King of Bohemia. It seems Mr. Sholmes intends to persist with his Germany theory for some reason. Come to think of it, the young prince was wearing a mask as well, wasn't he? Master Gotz, the boy whom you had in tears? Don't remind me, or anyone else. Do you suppose all members of the aristocracy of mainland Europe wear masks? Sure they do. Well, probably anyway. Point is, that mask doesn't belong to any king. No, that's right. As we well know, because we can't identify the true owner of this mask. Oh, we're just gonna present evidence? Well, yeah, here.
Take that!
Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to Cosmo Asoji. In other words, my memory is sublimely unreliable. Only you could try to make that sound positive. Cosmo's mask has been languishing on this metal case for several days. Though that doesn't explain why the gentleman is wearing it now. But it is now a simple matter to determine our guest's true identity. After all, this gentleman is unconscious. We need only excuse ourselves in advance. Gently lift the mask and peer beneath it. Hey, Mikatoba. I don't believe it. Father! I'm afraid, Mrs. Sato. You must be mistaken. No! I think not, Mr. Sholmes. Then it would appear our logic and reasoning has once again revealed the truth. This mysterious visitor. What, you're doing this now too? It's my unconscious father, Yujin Mikatoba. Logic and reasoning, or just looking and saying. The coffee cup. I think it's the kettle that's broken though. Oh yeah, we need to figure out what this is. So that's a £5 note poking out from Iris's knapsack, is it? Oh dear. I can't be sure. Most money that we encounter is in coin form. I know. I'm not sure if I've seen any banknotes in here in Britain at all, have we? But anyway, Father would never have paid money for Iris' silence. He certainly seems like the silent type himself, though, judging by his present state. There must be some other reason for Iris' silence, I suppose. Perhaps what Iris is trying so hard not to give away... Perhaps what is Iris trying so hard not to give away with her eyes? Something entirely different. Alright, well, we gotta look at her now. The knapsack. No, I don't see anything. Oh, there's the kettle, never mind. It's not the kettle that broke. Huh. What is this? I don't see anything. Oh, I guess we should look in the knapsack? Is that what I'm trying to do? Now that I think about it, Iris always wears that little bag on her back, doesn't she? Yes, that's right. Though it's easy to forget about it because you can't see it from the front. And two little dolls attached to it, felt dolls attached to it as well. Are there? I had no idea. I don't remember seeing them before. Is it possible there's always a 5-pound note poking out from her bag that I just haven't noticed before? I could say with absolute certainty, but I think it's unlikely. But we're gonna actually look at. We can't actually. It's not giving me much of anything here. Huh. The knapsack is the only thing that it's showing. Huh. The metal chest. Wait a minute. This metal chest contains important documents, doesn't it? Yes. Details of all the cases Mr. Sholmes has worked on over the years. Wait, is it unlocked? Written up by Iris' father, if I remember correctly. Iris insists that the chest is kept locked at all times. She's never once shown me inside. Well, its contents are invaluable to her, I suppose. Entirely irreplaceable. But looking at it now, the catch is unlocked for once. Ah, so it is. Okay, it is unlocked. That's hard to ignore. Very. Never seen that chest unlocked before in all the time we've been staying here in Baker Street. Okay. Present that! Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that metal chest. An excellent observation. For upon closer inspection, there's something different about the chest's appearance. It's kept locked at all times, yet now, the catch is open. Evidently, this has something to do with your refusal to speak, Iris. But it's a simple enough matter to incite you to speak, sure. I merely need to open. I merely need to open this chest. Okay, typo, I guess, because I think Sholmes was supposed to say that. Here we go. No! Hurley, don't! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Hurley! He's dead. Never! Oh, Hurley, I told you not to open it! Ah, so you found your voice now, Iris. In other words, what just happened clearly reveals the truth here. Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is... This is somewhat different to the usual dance of deduction with you perform with Mr. Sholmes, isn't it? Okay, cool. Well, he's left me alone on the ballroom floor, so I'm going to have to dance this next part solo. And anyway, I need to get to the bottom of this for my own peace of mind. Jeez, man. I need a drink. Now then, Iris isn't usually the silent type, so... You mean you don't actually know the answer yet, despite that knowing point of the finger before? Wow, Mrs. Sato. Sometimes a man needs to point his finger first to think later. Oh, well, if you say so. Excuse me. I think we'd better examine Iris more closely and try to rescue the situation then. You don't know how something got caught in my throat, man. I think I'm fine. Alright. Well, let's actually look at this. Well. Oh, you got the key.
Take that!
Easy. Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is that key behind your back. Ah! When Mr. Sholmes was thrown into the air before. Just before you called out to try and stop him, you slipped something out of your mouth. Oh! Okay, that something is the key now in your hands. No doubt the key to the chest. Gross. That was in her mouth.
You're so clever, Runo!
So now it becomes clear. Thanks to Mrs. Sholmes' graphic demonstration, we can well imagine what happened here. Professor Mikotoba also opened that metal chest only to be punched into the air. And land sprawling onto the settee. But wait, that doesn't explain all the facts. What about the stylish scarf? And the cup of tea? And above all, why would it be wearing Kazuma-sama's mask? Well, for those curious details, I can think of only one explanation. Clearly, an unbelievable miracle took place in this room. Isn't that right, Iris? Consider how the room was arranged before this whole painful experience took place. Professor Mikotoba opened the chest, completely unaware of what awaited inside. The mask was flung into the air just as he was, only to land neatly on his face when it fell back down. And the teacups journeyed through the air, and it, when it caught on the unconscious professor's finger. Oh, wow, what a stroke of luck. You mean to say that the stylish scarf is actually just the tablecloth? This is the great detective's office, after all, a place of miraculous deductions. And I like how Shizawa was just standing there. Would you expect anything less?
Yes, you're right. Happened exactly as you said. Brilliant, Runo!
Thus concludes Ryunosuke Naruto's great deduction of this punchy puzzle. Oh, we're not gonna get any like clear confirmation.
So then why not make a fresh pot of tea for us all?
Oh wait, we're still in this technically.
Objection!
Admirable performance, Mr. Naruto. Fine. But the final act of the show there, you rather miss everything of importance. Mr. Sholmes? If you would cast your mind back to my earlier deduction. Iris! Clearly you're hiding a great secret. Ah! She is? From the look on her face. Mr. Sholmes must be right. Whatever that great secret is, the cat isn't out of the bag yet. So put it to you again. You're attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. Realize the shame about Mr. Sholmes' cup. Must have been smashed when Professor Mikotoba opened the chest. Okay, I guess it was. I guess. I suppose. Oh dear, so many things seem to have been broken here. Now the deduction has taken a different direction. Iris doesn't seem to be trying to hide the broken cup anymore. In other words, her great secret is something else. Let's put our observational skills to work on here one final time then. So, we're not going to deny that his cup is broken. Oh.
Take that!
I'm going to try that. I don't think it's going to work. No. If I was attempting to sneak away or something, I got damaged for the first time during one of these. I just had to try it. As far as I can tell, you're BS. Bag full of water. I don't need to read all this. I just want to see what would happen if I failed. And the knapsack was still an option. Jeez, skip all this. Oh, they're saying something different. I don't care. I don't care. I know they're saying something different, but I might have to actually examine the knapsack. Yeah, let's just try examining it. Surely this time, at last, the knapsack is going to be the answer. I'm really not sure why you're so intent on showing Iris's bag to be complicit in these events. Because it's a sizable bag. We're gonna have to carry things around, Mr. Naru. That's what bags are for. So, knapsack might not see the limelight. You mean? I really would like to say. Okay, so it is just a flat-out joke answer. I don't like this. Just looking at all around Iris. Oh, there's a case file down here. Oh, look! There seems to be more papers there. I was trying to hide them underneath the tray. Insignia, Mr. Naruto. It's official Scotland Yard document. What? Why would Iris have? You must ask her. An official Scotland Yard document. Please don't be about her father. She's too young for that. Save that for the next case. You're attempting to abscond with that case file. Iris, as you know very well, nothing escapes the attention of the great detective.
Oh no!
Oh, it's okay. It's this case file. I see. We visited Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory earlier today. Dr. Gorey informed us that the autopsy report of Clint Van Zieks has gone missing. Clint Van Zieks? Yes, I do seem to recall. And some years ago, I asked to see the report in question. You were with me, weren't you, Iris? Yeah. I did remember that she ran off all weird the last time. You mean it was you, Iris. So those papers you have there are...
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Elementary. In truth, I would like to have thought I could have predicted the booby trap chest, but it caught me completely off guard. I was very nearly the late consulting detective Sherlock Sholmes.
I'm sorry, Hurley.
So you mean this autopsy report really is...
Yes, I took it from the lab. Even though I knew it was very important.
Was there something in it that troubled you, Iris?
Not exactly something that troubled me. Something I'd been looking for. I saw this report. I saw the writing in it. I knew it was Daddy's.
Daddy's? The writing? Oh no, Von Zieks? No. Your father's writing? What do you really mean? Iris? Must be something that's hard for her to talk about. Forgive me for interrupting, my dear fellows. Mr. Sholmes, what is it? I feel as though the poor unconscious gentleman of the city has been somewhat forgotten. Ah! Father! Perhaps we should find our guest somewhere more peaceful to rest. Mr. Naruto. Yes? Would you be so kind as to lend him your bed? We must do our very best to make him comfortable, I feel. Oh, yes, of course. I'll help you carry him up. So will I. No, I can manage alone, thank you. You have tea to enjoy. I want Iris as Brutus too. Because there's no better way to make the professor comfortable than dragging her upstairs up like a trunk. I wonder, perhaps that was deliberate. Maybe Mr. Sholmes would make himself scarce to give Iris a chance to talk more freely. He must use the opportunity to talk with Iris. Find out what's going on. Your daddy. Would you like to tell us about Iris, about your father?
I'm sure I told you before, didn't I? That Daddy used to be Hurley's partner.
Yes, and that notes about the case. And that notes all about all the cases they solved together and are kept inside that metal chest. Blah, blah, blah.
That's right. Hurley told me, you see. He said that Daddy's somewhere far away now, so we can't meet.
That's one way of describing it. Yeah, it's even further than you think.
Then, when I secretly unlocked the chest and read through the papers inside, I started to build up a picture in my head of what Daddy must be like.
Well, that's only natural. You're just like any other girl your age.
I read that Daddy was a professor of medical science, so I studied and took my degree too.
Oh, well, that's only natural, I suppose. In that respect, not quite like any other girl of your age, though.
But there's one thing I could never find out. Daddy's name.
Ah,
His name wasn't anywhere on any of the notes that he made about his work with Hurley. But then one day,
that's what happened, is it? When you saw this autopsy report, you finally managed to work it out. Is that right?
yes,
So it was the handwriting in the report that caught her eye.
I saw the writing on that report. I could hardly believe it. I know that handwriting, I thought to myself.
Because it was the same as the writing you'd see in your father's case notes.
Exactly. I was desperate to compare the two properly. I needed to see them side by side. I asked the doctor in the laboratory, but I was told I couldn't take the report away. Even worse, I was told that was the first and last time we'd be allowed to even look at it in there.
So you decided to steal it.
When I compared the autopsy report with the case notes I had here, there was no doubt. The handwriting was exactly the same. It was Daddy's.
And the signature of the coroner at the bottom of it, of the autopsy report. Read Dr. John H. Wilson.
So that's how I finally found out. I learned Daddy's name at last.
I see.
Ever since then, I called myself Iris Wilson. That's also why I had the brilliant idea of writing stories all about Daddy's exciting times with Hurley. That's right there that I'd write The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Iris, I had no idea that stories had quite such a deep personal significance for you. I can see why the autopsy report was so important to her now. Why she was prepared to break the law to get her hands on it. I must apologize, Iris. Is that Mikatoba? No, it's Sholmes. This is really all my fault.
Hurley!
I made a promise, you see, that until the time was right, I'd keep the details about your father a secret.
I know. I've been very naughty. I'll take the autopsy report back to Dr. Gory and apologize. I promise.
Yes, we'll go together, I think. Then, let me look after it for you until you get there.
water my herbs, I think. I see y'all later.
Poor Iris. She must be feeling awful. I know Mr. Sholmes is here for her, but still. Ah! How? What's the meaning of this, Mr. Sholmes? Mr. Sholmes? Oh, dear me. So, you've noticed, I see. But that would mean... Crap, what does it say? What on earth's the matter, Mr. Saw? You've turned as white as a sheet. It's this autopsy report, Mr. Naruto. The one from 10 years ago. The writing isn't Dr. Wilson's at all. Huh? What do you mean? How could you possibly know that? Because I know this writing very well. This writing is my father's. What? What? Professor Mikatoba's? In English? Indeed, it's true. And now you know, my dear fellows. No, I don't know anything. What on earth does this all mean, Mr. Sholmes? Because the idea that's slowly forming in my mind is just too extraordinary to believe. Please, you have to explain. So this autopsy report was actually penned by Professor Mikatoba then? But that makes no sense. It's not possible, surely. Not possible, my dear fellow? Pray take a deep breath and think again. Yes, you're right. In some ways, it actually makes a great deal of sense. It does. 10 years ago is when Father returned to Japan after his extended study tour in Britain. And prior to his return, where was Dr. Mikatoba engaged? Ah, of course. He was an assistant in Dr. Wilson's laboratory, learning about forensic science. And as an assistant, he would have aided with the dissection work, making detailed notes, which would be assembled into the full autopsy report. Once the work was complete, the head coroner would check the contents and put his signature on the document. Crap! In other words, the only writing of Dr. Wilson's in the report would be his signature at the end. I see. So Iris got the wrong end of the stick, you mean? Well, at least her father's not dead now. She saw that, and we assumed the whole report had been written by Dr. John H. Wilson. Which is very understandable, of course. Well, in that case, she's Japanese? And who's the mother? What a complicated situation. Also, now they're technically sisters. Well, let's just look at the autopsy, of course. 26, 31st May, between 9 and midnight. Death from a single stab wound to the heart. Recent scarlet ink stains visible on the little and ring fingers. I guess pinky and ring finger. No document. Oh yeah, I see John Wilson's name in there. Vital evidence for victim's stomach. Inspector Gregson for petitioning so dodgily. Autopsy procedure. Oh, jeez. Gregson. No terminal trauma noted. That's quite a detailed autopsy. Thinking about it, most of what we know about you, Mr. Sholmes, comes from the published stories of your exploits. Yes, the adventures of Erlock Sholmes, written by Iris. And we really have no way of knowing what's fact, what's fiction. Most troubling for you, my dear fellow, I'm sure. So what about the supposed partner of yours? Do you really exist or not? Ah, you've come straight to the point, I see. Please come straight to the answer. I believe Iris explained it in one of her installments. He was a trusted comrade, and the only person I could have truly have called a friend. And did this partner of yours truly make a record of all your cases? Are his notes really stored inside that metal chest? Absolutely, my dear madam. Absolutely. As long as you get rid of the punching... As long as you get rid of the giant fist inside it. So, where's your partner now? We rarely meet. You see, he lives on the other side of the world. But this autopsy report and the records of all your cases were penned by the same hand. And if the autopsy report was written, though not signed, by your famous partner, there'd be only one logical conclusion. Pray, impress me. Your partner would have to be Yujin Mikotoba. In other words, Miss Susato's father. Upon my word, Mr. Naruto. Yes? You are coming along wonderfully. You have hit upon the method at last. You finally grasped the art of deduction. You mean to say... Allow me to introduce you to my great friend and partner, Mikotoba. Professor Mikotoba, you're awake? What is this music? Does that mean that you're the real Dr. Wilson? No, my dear. I'm still my old self, Yuji Mikotoba, your father. Of course. This is obviously too much for Susato-san to take in. I must say, though, how my old friend has attained worldwide celebrity as a great mystery solver is the greatest mystery of all. I still remember the first time we met. Please remind me. When was that again, Mikotoba? 16 years ago, Miss Sholmes. 16! Ah, yes, quite. 16 years ago. I just arrived from Japan with Seishiro and Genshin. I was in search of lodgings close to the hospital, such comfortable rooms at a reasonable price. Rents are devilishly high in that particular area. That's right, so I decided I needed someone to share lodgings and the expense. And I was fortunate enough to be introduced to Sholmes, who found himself in a similar situation. I was a callow fellow, Doctor, mere shadow of the great detective you see before you now. I was working at the hospital's chemical laboratory at the time, indulging my curiosities for a little gain. And the situation of our cohabitation led us to pursuing cases together, you see. It took me a while to see what word that was. Hard to believe, it was a mere 6 years. We had a great many adventures. But in the last year, Mikotoba stayed in Britain. That most infamous of cases presented itself. A case with which you've become rather familiar yourselves. The Professor Killing Game. After the trial, Shishiro and I were summoned back home. Hardly surprising, given the circumstances. So there you have it. As you know, all the details recorded by my trusty chronicler remain in that metal chest. This is just amazing. Professor Mikotoba really is Mr. Sholmes' famous partner. And what's with Dr. Wilson? Father! Goodness, idea, what a cutting look. As your daughter, very proud to learn that you were the great detective's great partner. But nevertheless, there's another mystery that I really must ask you to explain now. And that is? You know very well what it is. The unsolved matter of Iris' father. Of course, I'd almost forgotten about that one. I should have seen this coming, I suppose. Iris told us that all the notes about the great detective's adventures that are in that metal cave chest were written by her father. Isn't that correct, Mr. Sholmes? That is indeed what I told young Iris. But if you, Mr. Sholmes, is part of your father, and you wrote all those case notes, then Iris's father must be you. Ugh! Upon my word, Mrs. Sato. You're coming along wonderfully as well. You too have hit upon the method at last. Sisters! You finally grasped the art of deduction. What? What you've always told me, Father. Since my mother died when I was born 16 years ago. You left me in my grandmother's care whilst you embarked on your study tour of Bergen. I've always accepted that. But all this about Iris. Oh, there it is. Susanna-san's ice-cold stare. No, hold on a minute. It's very complicated. I mean, it's really not what you think. Then perhaps you'd like to explain exactly what it is. There it is. Now the ice will go ice cold or red hot just before sheet. No, really, you've got me at the end of the stick. Say something, man. Flip. No, he just put on his outfit. That's quite enough, I fire, fellows. Mr. Sholmes, you got all dressed up. Wills, I don't like to interrupt this exciting exploration of the past. Nikitober and I have an urgent matter that requires a short excursion. But it's very late, Mr. Sholmes. Where must you go? Why, my dear madam? Is that obvious? My partner and I must pursue our natural enemies. So, you killed Nikitober. The game is afoot. But Mr. Sholmes, you really must give Susato a full explanation, I think. Later, my dear fellow, later. Our carriage awaits downstairs already. You haven't changed one iota, have you? Really, I visited our home after 10 long years, and when I opened the chest in a fit of nostalgia, I quite inexplicably passed out. And if that wasn't enough, when I eventually regained consciousness, I plunged straight into all this. Father, please! Call us Mr. Sholmes now. What? I've no doubt that whatever happened, you were acting in everyone's best interest. I trust you, completely. Susato. As any of the great detective and his great partner off on renewed adventures together. It's more than I could have hoped for in my wildest dreams. Very well then. We'll speak again later. So, I believe your own work is done for the day. I wish you the best of luck for tomorrow. Yes, Naruto. Good luck in battle. And reach a decision. A decision. But whether to go back to Japan, I suppose.
So much happened that day that I barely knew what to do with myself. It would only be later that I'd come to realize how amidst the chaos I'd unleashed were all the clues I needed to finally unearth the truth, and that all the turmoil was necessary to give me the resolve to see everything through.
I feel like they're setting this up to be the end. Hang on. What? The legendary pair? Wait, are we going into case 5 now? Final. The resolve of Ryunosuke and Naruto. Trial. Crap. Well, I guess we're starting a new case? Question mark, which is just the current case but resumed. I mean, I might as well because I'm only 50 minutes in. Final chapter. The resolve of Ryunosuke Naruto. Oh, well, we're going straight to the trial. No, like, fancy introduction. So, time's finally come. Today, we unravel everything. I'll be counting on your support more than ever today, Mrs. Sato. Oh, she's upset. Mrs. Sato? Ah! Well, flip. It's been a while. Oh no, what's the matter, Mr. Naruto? Nothing? I was just saying that I'll be relying on your support today, but... Oh, I'm so sorry, of course! I know I can be rather incompetent at times, but... I shan't let you down. Would you mind helping me into my feet, then? Oh dear, I'm really very sorry. I probably won't get that far in here, because I'd rather, like, separate the cases properly. Like, I might just wait for the hour mark or something. Sato-san isn't her usual self at all. That's hardly surprising, I suppose. She just found out how that her father is the partner of a world-famous detective, not to mention... Ah, good morning, sir. Oh, hi. Lord von Zeeks.
Thank you for all your efforts yesterday.
What? Did I hear that correctly?
What?
Oh, no, nothing. I hope we can clear things up today. I really can't make this man out. His face says I hate you, but his words are almost jovial day. In fact, he hasn't been very Reaper-like at all since this all began yesterday. Lord von Zeeks isn't the Reaper, Mr. Naruto. Good point. Stop thinking out loud.
The Reaper. I suppose in hindsight, I shouldn't have allowed that misconception to go unchallenged.
Huh?
It was my deceit appearance of that pseudonym. To attack it, whatever. My failure to stop the Reaper becoming something more than a mere legend that led to all this.
But you're not to blame for that, Mr. Lord von Zeeks. It's only because serious crime in the capital dropped off so sharply when the public started calling you that. That's why you didn't say anything, isn't it?
To be frank, I'm not sure if that was the sole reason.
What do you mean?
There was a rumor at the time that the Reaper was really the ghost of my late brother. That having been slain by that evil killer, Clint's restless spirit returned as some sort of demigod. To wield a deadly blade of justice where I, by the dint of law, could not.
Yes, we've heard that story too.
When I lost him, I felt as though I'd lost my guiding light. I didn't know where to go or what to do. And so, in some small way, I wondered perhaps those rumors made me feel his absence a little less keenly. Even if I knew it was just illusion, just some nonsense conjured up by an overly imagined public. I completely botched it. I don't care.
He was obviously extremely important to you. Lord Clint von Zeeks. Well, what's important now is uncovering the truth. That's all that matters. I know that you didn't take anyone's life. And I intend to prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt in court today.
I never thought I'd say this, but I could see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes! I can see it in your smile! I'm so sorry. A burning desire to cut through all of the lies and deception. I cannot deny any longer. You are a lawyer of absolute integrity.
Thank you.
Now tell me, why do I detect the scent of expensive tea leaves in the air?
Hi. Oh, Iris. When did you get here? Oh!
Bring you one of my special blends! Hurley loves it. He says it helps him to clear his head.
I thank you.
Oh,
That's surely the first and last time I'll ever see a side like this. You seem different today, Iris.
oh,
Sort of subdued, I suppose.
I am not.
What happened yesterday is obviously still playing on her mind a lot. She's clearly very troubled about having stolen that autopsy report from Dr. Sei's laboratory.
All right then. Good luck to you both. I have to make a move now.
Oh, you're not staying? I thought you'd want to watch today's proceedings.
Well, I like to cheer you on, obviously. But I got lots to get ready.
Get ready? For what?
Oh, yes. Would you take this?
Okay. Isn't that one of the little felt dolls that's usually dangling from your knapsack?
Yes. It's a lucky charm. A little Hurley that I made once.
Hurley. Looks more like a Harley to me. Ha 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 ha.
If for some reason you completely run out of options in the trial today, then just pull this little Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can. What?
What? Pull his ears?
That's right. It's a way to bring good luck. I think you might need it.
Oh, jeez. You think? What we need is luck?
I just sneaked a peek inside the courtroom. And it seems very different to normal.
Yes, it would seem that a certain someone has decided to pull out all the stops. What does that mean? What about Mr. Sholmes, Iris?
I don't know. He was out all night and hadn't come home by the time I left this morning.
Oh, I see. Was Professor Mikotoa out all night too? Do you think, Mrs. Sato? Yes, it seems so. I telegrammed the hotel this morning. And apparently they didn't come back to the rooms last night at all. They? Father! Judge Jikoku, I mean. Judge Jikoku, too? That's right. Nobody appears to have seen either of them since yesterday. Counsel for the defense of the defendant! Court is about to be in session. Please make your way inside the courtroom at once. I still have my theories about who the... Oh, actually, I'll wait till the intermission.
Good luck then, Bruno. Good luck, Susie.
Yes, thanks, Iris.
And you, Mr. Reaper. Hope it goes well.
Once again, I thank you for the delicious tea. It's very soothing. Also, I'm not the Reaper.
Oh, I'm so glad.
We must go inside now, Lord Von Zeeks. Lord Von Zeeks has always been the formidable prosecutor I've had to lock horns with in court, but not today. Today I battle with another in pursuit of the truth. My best friend, Kazuma Asaji, who I trust more than anyone else in the world. Now I understand what it was that drew me here to Britain all those months ago. Now I know exactly what destiny had in store for me. It's all been leading up to this one day, to this one trial, to this one final reckoning! And I'm gonna do it next time. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I want to split. I want to end here. It's early, yes. It's way early. But I wasn't expecting to actually start the final case today. I was still hoping to get into the actual trial, which I mean, yes, it is the actual trial. But it's just like Duel of Destinies where like you start the game, you start the last case or case 4. You go through case 4 and you seem to have solved it, but then the next case it leaves you on a cliffhanger, and then the next case is just resumation of the previous case. So it's just like that. This is not the first time that this has happened. And I appreciate that because they were building up to where this is probably the last case, but it was case 4, so I suppose this makes sense. Anyway, that's what I was saying before. I've had a theory for a while on who the killer is. I'm not gonna say who it is. Once again, I think I've said this before, like last time. I have a theory. I'm sticking by that theory. I do not like that theory, but I feel like it's got some merit. I'm just finally glad that we can get all the loose ends tied up from 2 games. I'm so glad that I'm finally getting to the end of this. It's probably gonna be like 2 more streams before I finish this whole thing, unless I want to do like a huge marathon of like the last case. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be 2 streams, hopefully not 3. Although I can make the second stream longer. But either way, I will see you all next time for the start of the final case. Take care, and bye bye!